The quote, "The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them," as stated by Ida B. Wells, stood out to me when reading an article written for ProPublica by Melissa Del Bosque about the corruption and state of crisis of the past and current United States Customs and Border Patrol. When reading this article, it's obvious that there are faults that have occurred surrounding U.S. Border Patrol leadership, most of which have just recently been or are still being uncovered. Upon beginning the article, there's an idea that the Douglas Mafia, which is what this group of Border Patrol agents is called, is to blame for the poor leadership over so many years in and surrounding the town of Douglas, Arizona. What the media has covered recently, including deaths at the border, families separated, and extreme unnecessary violence, is just the tip of the iceberg for a story that began more than 20 years ago. The fact that the agency itself, along with some of its past and existing leaders, including Chief Carla Provost, Officer Sandy Goldhammer, and foreign operator Andrea Zortman, declined to make statements regarding this information, helps Del Bosque prove that the agency did indeed commit wrongdoings. By exploring the root issues surrounding the U.S. Border Patrol, as opposed to the surface issues originally portrayed to the public, journalist Del Bosque exposes the truth behind what this agency looks like without strengthened leadership or experience. What has been going on at the border for years is completely unacceptable, a statement buttressed by an anonymous former agent who is on the record saying that he, quote, "just couldn't take it anymore. The agency is like a jellyfish with no spine." We're talking people who went from working at a 7-Eleven or a gas station and who now have a gun and think the immigrants are animals and can't wait to shoot somebody. End quote. The only way to change this agency, and the only way to make sure the public knows that these are the real issues behind our Customs and Border Patrol, is if more than just pieces of the story are released. A journalist's first obligation is to the truth, and without the whole truth directly available to the public, this wrong has no chance at being righted, and we have no chance at holding our government accountable for their actions. It's a journalist's job to check the structures of power that supposedly guide our citizens. So the extensive mistakes and misconduct that has happened in a government we put so much trust in have to be exposed. This is why this article and articles like it are so important in this wrong being righted, because without the whole story, starting from the beginning, we would never know the extent to which our government is playing with our trust.